Are you ready to go live? Let's do it. Hello and welcome to the video call-in show. We may be the only call-in show that invites you on as a video guest. That's right. Anytime during this show, you can come on as a video guest. You see that meeting ID number down there? Simple. Go to zoom.us. If you don't already have Zoom installed, go to zoom.us, click on join a meeting, enter that number right there. It'll probably ask you to go through some steps, enter that number right there, put in a name, and you'll be on the show. Now, this number was picked out just for you. Just for you. And the reason for that is, I know I've said this several times, is because if I use a standard call-in number and you try to call in and I'm not live, there'll be nobody there, and that will just piss people off. I don't want to piss anybody off. So yeah, go to zoom.us. Use this meeting number right here. And I'll be able to see you and bring you on live after we chat. Now, you don't even have to come in via video. That's what we do around here is we bring on people to talk about anything. Tonight's subject is kind of open. I've called it One Wednesday. I don't know why I called it One Wednesday. But if you want to see regular people come on, whether or not they want to talk about a particular topic, one of my other videos, one of their videos, their channel, this is the place to do it. And if that interests you at all, I urge you to click that subscribe button right now. Click the notification bell so you won't miss a show. I'm on every weeknight, right around, anywhere from between 10 and 11 Eastern Standard Time. I'm trying to nail that time down a little bit more so that that you'll be ready for it. Now, that is once I gain a larger audience. When I gain a larger audience, I'm so all over that. Right now, I'm sitting at a pretty low 14 subscribers. That's no secret. It's right there on my YouTube channel. I expect that to change, and that only means value for you. So if you get on and you want to promote something, remember that video will last forever, and then your promotion lasts forever. So the more subscribers and engagements that I get a hold of, the more you get a hold of. Okay, enough of that. Honestly, tonight I had some things that I was going to talk about, and I kind of got away from that. I was thinking, well, yeah, I gotta provide some value. That's why if you look at my earlier videos, you'll see that I've got a lot of, just topics out there, topics that I know something about and or am learning about. And in the case of how I come across on camera, but you'll see that I've done a whole lot of not a whole lot, but I've tried to pick a topic or a subject matter that several people can get involved in, and that is, of course, while I'm waiting on an audience. We all know that audiences don't happen overnight. They take some time sometimes. And I hope I'm still live. I think I lost my YouTube. Oh, no, there it is. All right, we're good. So yeah, while you're building an audience, you've got to have something to offer. And what I wanted to do was I wanted to offer a little bit of my knowledge. I've been around for a while. I've been up and down the bend, so to speak. And so you get to benefit from some of that, or you get to argue with me about some of that. So that's another reason why I encourage you to join up on our live shows. Now you may say, "What? Another call-in show?" We see those all the time. This is not just your average call-in show. This is your face. And the reason I wanted to do that was because I don't think enough people have enough voice. Call-in shows, they come and go. The that disembodied phone voice that somebody's interviewing, it's gone. No one really thinks about that. But see, if you come on this show, then I can actually go to your I can go to your property. I can show anything you'd like me to show. Like today, I really want to talk about the passing and the showing of our former president, George H.W. Bush, because that's in all of the news nowadays or today, and it will be for a little while. It's commanding the the 24-hour news cycle, and I think it's worth talking about. You know, whatever your politics are, I don't want to get into that because I would rather keep this light and nonpartisan and yeah, you're gonna get a taste for my preferences, but that is what it is. I mean, I'm putting myself out there. So let's talk a bit about George Herbert Walker Bush, and I want to tell you a little bit about, well, because I was in the two elections prior to his election for the office of president was Ronald Reagan. And he, of course, rode the coattails of Ronald Reagan because he was the vice president. But it was a bit more than that. I mean, he was an amazing man. He did a whole lot of things, and I wasn't his biggest fan. But I was a Reagan fan when he ran. But oddly enough, this is going to sound completely strange and way off the wall. I was a Ross Perot fan. I know, crazy as that sounds, but I really was because at the time that Reagan came into office, some of you won't even remember this, but the economy was in the shitter. I mean, it was really bad. We just come off of Jimmy Carter, or we were coming off of Jimmy Carter, and as good as his heart was and is, I mean, it still is. The man does a whole lot for a whole lot of people. He just wasn't doing anything for the economy. Plus, that whole 55-mile-an-hour thing pissed me the hell off as a late teen. But yeah, I thought, okay, here's two great things about these elections was that Reagan was going in and he had both guns blazing. That was in such contrast to Jimmy Carter. So so everyone enjoyed that. The other thing is that Ross Perot threw the business side of that into it, and I can't remember Ross Perot was either the spoiler or he was trying to be the spoiler in the 80 or the 84. I don't remember, but at any rate, I was voting in both of those elections, and I'll tell you straight up, I voted for Reagan, and it was all about the economy. Even at 18, 19, 20 years old, it was all about the economy for me because I was getting ready to go out. Well, I wasn't getting ready to go out in the job market, but I was getting ready to go to school or in school. And I could see the writing on the wall. If there were going to be no jobs at the end of the day, I didn't want that to continue. So when I was ready to start my career, it wouldn't be a big cesspool and a struggle. Now getting back to George H. Walker Bush. He, like I said, I wasn't a huge fan, and maybe it was then when Ross Perot. I should really look this up, but I wasn't a huge fan of the vice president running for president. He was okay. He was real quiet during the 8 years of Reagan, but the alternative wasn't pleasant either. I think it was Mondale at that time, and and he just didn't seem like he was going to be as forceful as Reagan, and that was kind of a disappointment. I think a lot of people felt that, right? So, but I couldn't see voting for the other side, so yeah, I voted for Bush, and of course he turned out to be a medium president. No one really talks about his accomplishments. I know that read my lips, no taxes was huge. Not gonna do it. Wouldn't be prudent at this juncture. But he did okay. He did okay. The economy wasn't taking off like it should, which is why I think that Clinton came in. Well, the .com bubble hadn't hit yet, so So he didn't make it but 4 years, but you know his military history was storied. Um, he was just his entire life, and say what you will about the Bush dynasty, which I do not believe in dynasties in politics, drives me crazy. I mean, there are so many other people in this country, and so many other families that we should not be relying on. You know, what are the 5 to 10? We're talking the Kennedys and the Bushes and the Clintons. I mean, there's a slew of American royalty that we shouldn't be relying on. We should actually be looking for, well, you know, fresh blood, blood that isn't tied to a legacy of elected officials. That's just my thing. Of course, being more of a libertarian, you're going to find from me that term limits and lower pay for public service is kind of where I was centered even back then. So, having said all that, you got to respect the man for what he had accomplished in his life. And I do. I mean, any president, yeah, even the presidents that I wouldn't say that I was, a big fan of at all. You've got to respect the office. The leader of the free world is really, making it to to being the leader of the free world is one hell of an accomplishment. You know how they say that you, that you have so little chance of breaking into pro sports when you're a youngster coming up through the small leagues, the scholastic sports. Well, think about being chosen as or working your way through and actually being nominated for a party and then becoming the president of the United States. The odds are astronomical, no matter what your mom told you when you were younger. Oh yeah. Oh, I'm sorry to hear about the fish, Elaine. Yeah, I'm terribly sorry about that. But thanks for joining us tonight. I'm really happy to have you with us. I'm not quite sure why you're telling me that. Would you like to come on the show and tell everyone that? Because I'd be more than happy to have you. In fact, if you go to Zoom.us and join a meeting, you have a choice of whether to come on with video or just audio. And if you'd like to come on as an audio guest, you'd actually be my first audio guest. I've tested video several hundred times. In fact, I do it for clients. So if you'd like to come on and talk about that, I'd love to. I'd love to. Okay, no problem. No problem. I'm just happy to have you aboard and chatting with me. I appreciate that. So anyway, back to the former President Bush. Like I said, he was somewhat mediocre and unremarkable. In fact, thank you so much. I'm looking forward to it, having fun. But yeah, he was just kind of an unremarkable president. I can't think of other than backtracking on his promise not to raise taxes. I can't think off the top of my head, and I haven't researched this of any marked accomplishments that he did. But at any rate, aside from becoming president, and for that, thank you, Mr. President. Godspeed, and we wish you nothing but rest and peace. They always say that no one gets out of this game alive, which we call life, right? And that is so true. So, as I've said, I don't know how many times, make the most of every single day. Like I started this show only because it's something that I'd always wanted to do. Didn't even know I could do it. Didn't even know I could go in front of a camera against what should be the world. I mean, for all intents and purposes, it is. I don't see anything, but a lens right now. But I know that, when I get viewers in and I'm actually, even my static videos are out there, I know that, several people are looking at me and judging me because no matter what you think, we all judge. I mean, it's the way we survive. It's a core to our survival. We all judge, and I think I mentioned that before as well. So don't discount a good judging. Oh yeah. So beyond that, uh, we can talk about anything you'd like to talk about. Um, if you want to talk about some of my interests, I'll give you a quick background on on mine. We can talk about tractors. We can talk about cornhole boards with tractors. we, we can talk about let's see. Oh, we can talk about the former studio I built and how that went away on me. We don't even want to go there. We can talk about the Indianapolis 500. What do you think about that? That's in my hometown. That is not me. Oh, we can talk about music. I love music. I built those drums, by the way. What else? We can talk about. One thing you don't know about me is that I still own I still own my first car. How many of you can say that? How many? Not many, I'm sure. But yes, I still own my first car. It was a 1970 Mustang Mach 1. I bought it from my father. Drove it for I don't know 2 years, and then we decided to restore it because it was already 10 years old at that point, and we showed it around Central Indiana, Mustang Club America, and it did quite well. It did quite well. Well, maybe we'll have an entire show on classic cars and tractors and cornhole boards. I also I also build pro speakers. I know you didn't know that. This is well. Let me get a better picture here. I don't want to plug anybody. I don't have to. Here's one. Yeah. Oh, gosh, dang it! It turned it sideways. I'll find some more later. Well, here, I'll turn that sideways too. It's stupid horizontal picture. Anyway, um, we'll not worry about the PA speakers that I build until later. But yeah, I'm a drummer, singer. Love playing. Getting the old band back together. I used to be involved in a an Irish rock band called Wild Eye Rose. We're getting back together for this coming St. Patty's Day celebration. St. Patty's Day falls on a Sunday this year, 2018 or 2019 Sunday. That means that the partying's going to happen from Thursday to Sunday night, and everybody's going to be calling in Monday morning. Oh, I so look forward to that. And when you're funny part about playing Celtic rock is that off season you're playing to tabletops, but man, when it's St. Patty's Day, everybody knows every single lyric to every song you play. It's fantastic. And the tent parties, especially I don't know about other places, but because I never really paid attention to them until I got involved in that band. But in Indiana, they can be anywhere from, two to 2,000 people. It's just the best feeling in the world playing for that size crowd. And I know that doesn't sound big if you're, if you're the Foo Fighters or anything, but it's big for a local band. It's a lot of fun. Lot of fun. All right. Well, I tell you what. Again, rest in peace, President Bush. The rest of you, remember, I'm on every weeknight, and to hit that subscribe button over there and ding that bell, and you don't want to miss when I start getting guests on this show. It's gonna be hot, fun, and you're going to learn so much about so many people that normally you would never ever meet. That's why, yes, I may have some big names come on the show, but I really want the little guy to come on and tell me what they think about X, Y, Z, and what's important in their life, right? Because I think that's where the value is, and it's something that most don't get. So that's what I'm all about here. So I'm gonna wish you. I'm going to wish you good evening for now. And again, if you think that this type of content is going to be something that you'll enjoy, then by all means hit that subscribe button. Leave a comment if you want to. If you perhaps want to be taped off of the live show, and we'll try to make a time for you. Beyond that, I'm going to wish you the best for the evening, and we'll see you tomorrow live.